Hi guys, this is day 3. So I'm gonna say today was really bad for me. I didn't feel good. I was super duper cranky. I didn't even want to make this video because I just felt just bad. And I'm just not in a good mood. And I'm like, oh man, can't be all grumpy on camera. But yeah, today I had a massive headache. I just feel worn down. I don't feel good. I feel woozy. It's definitely not fun. I think day 3 is usually the hardest. I'm believing that tomorrow is going to be better. So far I've had my juice and I've had my water, and I needed some salt, so I put that in a mug, and so that's kind of what I do. I kind of pretend it's soup, and I mix it with some hot water and maybe throw a dash of garlic in there, and that seems to help a little bit. So for those that are interested in whether or not our blood sugar raises or drops during this time, so typically, kind of people say things on both ends, and they say that as your stores are being used, that it'll raise, and then there's other ones that say, well, it'll deplete and you'll become hypoglycemic. So my experience has been over the past 3 days is it went from 90 something down to 80 something, and now it's at 70 something. So I'm keeping track of that because I think it's really wise to keep track of your vitals and just make sure you're doing okay. And blood sugar is one of them. So if you don't have a blood sugar monitor, it's really easy to get one at Walmart or something like that. And I use the Contour brand and the little blood sticks, whatever you call them. They're about, I think it was like 12 bucks for a little bottle of them. So I do that, and I've been taking my blood pressure. It's seeming to actually stay stable. I run on the low side, so I'm a little bit surprised that I'm 100 something over 90 something, which is great because usually I'm 90 over 60. And my heart rate has been slowly coming down. The first day it was 130 beats per minute, and today it has dropped down to about an average of 106 beats per minute. So for me, and having postural orthostatic tachycardia, that is a really good thing. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get it under that 100 beats per minute and get a little bit more stable, kind of hanging out in the 80s. That would be awesome. And I started at, what was it, 140.1. I can't remember what I started at, but I'm down to 137. I think I did a pound and a half drop today. So it'll be interesting to see what tomorrow looks like. I am also at my time of the month where typically I have gained water weight and whatnot. So that may or may not come off during this time. I did start early, so I actually had a really weird experience, and I'll try to post the photo in here, but I started 2 days early, and that's actually to be expected for a lot of people with fasting. It can affect your hormones. For me, I am really irregular with my periods, and so it's kind of something for me. It wasn't super unexpected, but I started early, and then what happened, which was strange, is all of a sudden I felt super duper hot, and I was like, oh my gosh, my face is burning. So I went and looked in the mirror, and I had hives all over. So and that was immediately as I started, when I was starting to feel that severe pain that I get because with the endometriosis it can be incredibly painful. And I'm hoping that through fasting too, that will help maybe normalize some of that. And I know sugar is really inflammatory, and it can really affect conditions like endometriosis. So I encourage those that do suffer from that, maybe look at a low sugar diet or an anti-inflammatory diet. So I've kind of had issues off and on with progesterone, my own hormones. I feel like I really struggle with them. And I've had conditions like, PMDD, so PreMenstrual Dysport. I can't say it, but for those of you who have it, you know what it's like. You act super duper crazy before your period, and you're just a horrible person. You're really mean, really awful, and that's how I get, and it's not fun. So they're finding that tends to be related to a hormone hypersensitivity issue, And so kind of getting those hives at the start of my period is also an indicator that I really struggle with recognizing my own hormones as a problem, either an allergy or autoimmune issue. So again, autoimmune conditions are typically related to things we put into our bodies, and that includes things like foods we eat, the chemicals we put on our skin. Vaccines is another one that can trigger them. Birth control is another one, actually can trigger hypersensitivity to your own hormones and create issues like that. So you really got to be careful, and that's why it's really important to live as non-toxic and as natural as possible, because it really helps our system have the best chance at fighting against any weird conditions or developing autoimmune reactions or allergies, because that's what it stems from a lot of time, that and leaky gut. And leaky gut is typically due to inflammation and having things that you're allergic to, so which causes inflammation. So anyways, I'm hoping to see things improve by tomorrow. Sorry, my nose is running really bad. And I have super dry mouth right now, and so sorry if I'm doing a lot of swallowing and whatever. So when you're fasting, you can get really, really dry mouth. And I know towards like the 7th day, it gets like you can't even, water won't fix it, and you can get like a coating on your tongue, and it can be pretty not fun. So, but the good thing about the 7th day is typically people are feeling pretty darn good and pretty happy, and I can't wait to get to that point, because right now I just feel like a dump truck, and I'm, almost caved tonight. My son was making elk spaghetti, and he's 10 years old, and so he cooks for me when I don't feel like doing it, or I'm not able to. And right now it's hard to cook a home cooked meal when I can't taste things. So I really appreciated that, but yeah, it was really, really hard. So anyways, hopefully tomorrow will be better, and stay tuned, and I'll update on my 4th day tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.